In today's show, Managing Stress with Healthy Habits, we will learn about ways to reduce the tensions in our daily lives. Stress is our reaction to changes or events, and how we react to them will be reflected physically and/or mentally. When people deal with multiple problems in their everyday lives, it often leads to stress. Many things can cause stress. For example, pressures at work, financial problems, challenging curriculum at school, unexpected and unpleasant events, etc. When we face stress, the key player of the stress management system in our body is the autonomic nervous system, which regulates the heart rate, breathing, vision changes, and more. This built-in stress response, also known as the fight-or-flight response, can help to keep us out of danger and be more efficient. Yet, if we keep this stress response continuously activated, it is not a good thing for our body. Long-term fight-or-flight response can cause wear and tear on our system, and consequently, physical, emotional, and behavioral symptoms develop. Physical symptoms of stress can include aches, exhaustion, headaches, muscle tension, or a weakened immune system. On the other hand, emotional and mental symptoms can include irritability, depression, panic attacks, or sadness. Is there a way to deal with stress? An effective stress management plan could help us regain control and avoid falling into the stress cycle. The ultimate goal is not to eliminate all the pressures we experience, but to live with stress so that we can feel happier and healthier for a more balanced life. There isn't one single or perfect method, but there are a few ways for you to experiment with to find out if one or more works for you. Let's have a look at some smart tips. The first tip is to identify the sources of tension in your life. While identifying a major stressor, such as changing jobs or moving, is relatively straightforward, sometimes figuring out the real source of stress may be a little more complicated. Emotions, thoughts, and behaviors are some aspects that are often overlooked. For example, an essay assignment on a topic may be a major stressor for a student, but the pressure in completing it could be a result of procrastination or a personal preference for writing on another subject. Therefore, by looking closely at your habits, attitudes, and excuses, the analysis might help you to move a step closer to reducing your stress level. If you still can't quite figure it out, don't worry. Start by keeping a stress journal to jot down your observations, such as what stressed you out, how you felt about it, and how you handled it. During the process, you might learn something that you've never known about yourself before. Even though the fight-or-flight response is a natural response to events, these stressors may be foreseeable or even take place at predictable times, including navigating rush hour traffic, making presentations at work, taking your kids to school, and more. If you can anticipate the stressor, you can either create an action plan or even change the situation. To deal with the stressful situation in a systematic way, it's helpful to think of the 4 A's of stress management, that is, avoid, alter, adapt, and accept. The main idea of the first A, avoid, is about avoiding stressful events. Intentionally avoiding something that needs to be addressed is not a healthy habit, but you may be surprised by the number of things that can be crossed out from your stress list. For example, if someone often stresses you out, limit the amount of time you spend with the person. If driving to work is a hassle and a stressful experience, you may try to rearrange your schedule so you can arrive and start work earlier to avoid rush hour or even take public transport. where you can also read your favorite book on the way. The idea of taking control of your environment can be helpful in reducing your stress level. Now, here's a summary of the other A's to deal with stress, as previously mentioned. The second A is alter. This method allows you to change the way you react to things in your life that you cannot avoid. For example, if your roommate is constantly being chatty on the phone while you are trying to concentrate in the room, you can try to open up and talk about it nicely to change the situation while maintaining a good relationship. The third A is adapt, meaning that you can change your expectations or standards. In a way, it is changing your perspective and looking at things from a more positive angle. For instance, there's not much you can do about a long flight delay. Instead of getting agitated that your schedule is not going as planned, you can ask yourself, in the big picture, will having to wait longer truly matter? Perhaps with the extra time before departure, you can message your friends to catch up or relax with a cup of tea. When you have little control over things, learning to accept sometimes may be the best available option. That's when the fourth A, accept, comes into play. Perhaps you are one of those who doesn't cope well with a change of living environment, or the transition to working from home has been hard. However, if you can learn to look for the upside or accept the fact that you are anxious about certain things, it is a good start. Though it doesn't really change the situation, your actions can be therapeutic. When you're stressed out, you probably won't even feel like being active at all. However, many studies show that physical activity is very effective in reducing tension levels, while a sedentary lifestyle makes people more prone to a depressed mood. If you are not a very active person, don't worry. Start out with a gentle walk of 30 minutes a few times a week. Just like aerobic exercise, a good laugh will induce the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Studies have found that laughter can reduce stress and anxiety. Even a forced smile can help you as well. Learn to be more humorous and give yourself a reason to laugh. It will help you lighten your mood and relax you. Connecting to other people will help you a lot. By sharing with others about your problem, you will feel much better. Also, you can learn from someone else's experiences as well. When you socialize with people you love, like friends and family, it promotes the release of oxytocin, which can lower anxiety levels and activate the parasympathetic nervous system that relaxes you. Practicing positive thinking is helpful for dealing with stress. We all know that difficult situations and problems are a part of our daily life. Even though constructive thinking won't make all issues go away, focusing on the good things will make challenges more manageable and help you face them in a better way. So focus on the upside. Every small positive thing around you can bring happiness. Practicing gratitude is also a part of positive thinking. It can help you reduce stress. For example, you can think of happy moments in your life and be grateful for them. Be thankful to everyone who helps you. During a 1998 5-day retreat at the Yongdong Center in Korea, our beloved Supreme Master Thanh Hải spoke about how positive thinking uplifts us.
Like attracts like, because you're better, everything better will come to you. That's why people say to you, think positive. It's not because you say, I think positive, and I expect positive, then the positive things come. It's not. When you are able to think positive, that means you are elevated to the positive level. You're higher already. So the negative cannot touch you, cannot catch up with you. So that's why you're happy. And once you are in the positive level, you just attract the positive, of course. Huh? If you are in America, you can't be in France. Capiche? Yeah. So that's very simple, okay? So try to climb to that level. Try all your best. Meditate more, read the holy teachings, read positive books, yeah? Read anything that reminds you of your higher nature, of the contact with God. And then you'll be more and more better every day.
We hope that today's stress management tips can help you become more resilient to face the challenges in your life and be more confident to cope with pressures.